just subscribed and those of you who are contemplating subscription. We thank God for you and you regardless. And we thank God for those of you that are incognito. You're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. We're in the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 5 as you prepare. And we're in a time of transition. People say the money transfer, the money answers all things. Yes, it's true. But there's a transfer of power. Yes, of power. And that power is going to generate other things, not just peace, some peace. But that peace is only going to last a little while, not long. But in between that, still there's a lot we should go through. Things that we should experience. Events we will witness. Yes, Isaiah chapter 5. And with that, let us say the prayer of Abraham. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, we're in Isaiah chapter 5. The Most High has a pattern here, just as any judicial system has a pattern. First you have the accused, then you have the judgment of the accused, and then after the judgment is wrought, then there is sentence. Yes. And it reads in Isaiah chapter 5 verse 1, now I will sing. He sings in a parable, a song. I will sing to my well-beloved. Who's his well-beloved? We know. Touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. He fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the choice vines. Built a tower in the midst of it and also made a winepress therein. He looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grape, it brought forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the walls thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, and it shall be pruned, not pruned, nor digged. But there shall come up briars and thorns, and I will also command the clouds that they rain not upon it. For the vineyards of the I am of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah, his pleasant plant. And the I am look for judgment, but behold, oppression for righteousness. But behold, a cry. Forsaking the law, and those who would obey the law would encounter opposition. Whether they displayed it, whether they pronounce it, or anything that is of the law. If it following the ways of Sodom and Gomorrah, as the Most High has shown us an example in chapter 4, being like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. But now judgment has come because Israel had been accused and found to have violated or transgressed against the law, commandments, and ordinances by which the congregation of the ancients have said, all that the I am says, that will we do. And that travels down even unto the children or the offspring. Verse 8. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. No one can roam. in the land of Israel, in the cities, because you cannot come upon a person's field or their land lest you trespass upon someone's property. And then they say, you're trespassing, get off my land. Or you can pass through my land, it doesn't matter. Many don't. Even in the countries that we live now, we see many that have joined house to house, field to field, till there be no place that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. And that with exclamation point. In my ears said the I am of hosts, of a truth many houses shall be desolate. Because you've done this, excuse me, even great and fair without inhabitants. Yea, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield 1 bath, and the seed of an homer shall yield an ephah. Famine is coming because of your sin. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink that continue until night, till wine inflame them. Because their heart is wicked, and this wine loose the wickedness that are in the ones that consume these, until their true heart is displayed in their actions. And the harp and the viol and the tabret and pipe and wine are in their feast, but they regard not the work of the I am, neither consider the operation of his hands. Oh, my. He says, now look again. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because you are just drunken people. You talk a good game, but you don't walk the game you talk. You are hypocrites. You have gone the way of Cain, in that you give the worst of your sustenance in sacrifice to the Most High. Your praise, your time, even doing that which is right, even a smile toward your neighbor, or forgiving and giving. Yes, you've done these things wrong. We ain't talking about churches. No, we're talking about daily activity in where you live. Yes. Someone rubs you the wrong way, you got a chip on your shoulder, you're fussing, or some girl looks better than you are causing yourself to get into a frenzy because of your jealousies. And when you get drunk, it's just a big fiasco. He says, now, therefore my people are gone into captivity. This is your sentence for what you have done, the Most High is saying. I have judged you, and this is what I see, and this is what is going to happen. You're going into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. War, which results into captivity. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude, and they're pumped. And he that rejoices shall descend in it. The only thing that caused them to rejoice is being drunk, doing that which they please to do. Yes, that's it. To the grave before their expected time. It's not the fact of death. There's nothing wrong with dying, because that's what we must do. But the fact is, dying before your expectation is devastating. To live a good old life, to live a life of your expectancy, to live a life beyond your expectancy, is, should I say, mercy or either favor from the Most High. Yes. He says, now, and the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. This is the sentence. You will be humbled. You will be humiliated because of these things. But the I am of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and that I judged you, and I found you wicked. I measured you according to the law, statutes, and ordinances that you have agreed to, your ancients, your old people, your people in the book of Exodus. And now you have forsaken them. Many times have I brought you back and forth from your iniquity, and you still choose iniquity. This is what's happening. He says, but the I am of hosts shall be exalted. The I am that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. In other words, if you can't do it, I'll find someone that will. Then shall the lambs feed after their manner, and the waste places of the fat ones shall eat. Shall strangers eat. In other words, the rich that have killed, steal, and destroyed are going to be taken away or either demised. And the ones that they are replaced with shall eat what they have left. Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin as it were a cart rope, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. And let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw near and come, that we may know it. They already know it, but they have put it behind their backs to try to forget it. He said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. This is a resultant of those who have forsaken the law and those who have despised the I am. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. They put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is the way of death. Wise in your own eyes. You want to know the ways of Egypt, the dark ways of different people, your pagan gods and all these other things that have happened. Your Isises and all these other people. God has no sons. God only has creations. And from that creation, the Most High only says, multiply after your kind. This is why you and I are here, because somebody decided they want to multiply or copulate, in whether by mistake or planned. They copulated and we are here. Now, he said, woe unto them that are wise in their own right, prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. In other words, they're persecuted just for living right, being honest. There's nobody going around and saying, whoa, no, it's just doing that which is right and morally good, according to the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Therefore, as fire devours stubble, in verse 24, I believe this is a different version I'm reading. And the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their bosom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the I am of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Yes, holy. Therefore the anger of the I am kindled against the I am's people, and the I am has stretched forth the I am's hand against them, and have smitten them, and their heels did tremble, and their carcass were torn in the midst of the street. For all this the anger of the I am turned not away, but the I am's hand is stretched out still. Isaiah is prophesying this is going to come because of your evil ways and your how you despise the Most High. You do everything opposite that the Most High have asked you to do and that you have agreed to do. You are the seed of your ancestors, and you have not done that which is right. And Edomite done more than you are doing today. Is what is going on. We just come out the book of Job. Yes, we have. And he will lift up an ensign to the nations. Oh, the Christians say that's Jesus. And will hiss unto them from the ends of the earth. And behold, they shall come with speed, swiftly. The ensign is dealing with the heart. And he's going to call people to subdue you, even now at this point, Babylon. And there have been many, Babylon, Persia, Gracia, even Europe and the US, and those who have taken over the lands that the Most High have given unto the children of Noah. And the Arabs, all of them, he will hiss, and he has hissed, and they have come. And look at the resultant today. And you're still getting your BBLs and your long eyelashes, and men are turning effeminate and being evil in every way. The men of Judah. And not considering even the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High because of Deuteronomy chapter 28. You've been deceived. You've been pushed aside, and the Most High is not even calling you. And you know there's something wrong. But yet you decide you not going to go this way. You will go Islam, you will go Christianity, you'll go anywhere but the laws, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Those things you say, well, you can't do them because the New Testament says you cannot obey them. That is a lie. You can obey them. You can do that which does not call for you being in the land. Because in the land we celebrate the Passover. In the land we celebrated the feast and the sacrifices that we could. We had the Levites and all these things. And now because of the sin of the ancestors and our sin that we continue in today and forsaking the laws of the Most High, as exclaimed in the book of Exodus and Leviticus, those are the laws, yes. Many of them we can't sacrifice because we're in captivity. You look at the book of Ezra and Nehemiah and how that they was so glad that they were able to sacrifice before the Most High when they came out of captivity. Yes, they were able to keep the Passover when they came out of captivity. They went into the land and they kept the captivity. If you look at Jebus today and how it sits on a mountain, and that the whole land of Israel could just surround the whole land of Jerusalem, or should I say the whole city of Jerusalem, in service and giving, the line so long that they do their pilgrimage to Jerusalem to give their sacrifice to the Most High. And each day someone is always coming to give a sacrifice to the Most High. And the Levites were never an idle moment. Yes. He says, now, I will hiss unto them, and they shall come with speed, and none shall be weary nor stumble among them. None shall slumber nor sleep. Neither shall the girdle of their loins be loosed, nor latchet of their shoes be broken. Whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows and their horses' hoofs shall be counted like flint, and their heels like a... God is bringing an enemy toward these people. And we already know it's evident today, and it has happened. They're not in their land. Your ancestors, if you are Israelite, they're not in their land. And if you're one that was called to be that which God wants to perfect and do good, you're not even there either. He says in verse 24, I believe I'm in 29, I'm sorry. This is such a light thing here. And their warring shall be like a lion, and they shall war like young lions. Yea, they shall roar, lay hold of the prey, and shall carry it away safe, and none shall deliver it. And in that day shall the roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, and behold darkness and sorrow, and light is darkened in the heavens thereof. Babylon is coming. Now we are in Babylon, and war is coming to the land that we're in today. War is coming. For now, even if I said before, if you go back into my archive, it's going to fall within. From within nations have failed that were strong and mighty. From Babylon, they fell from within. And then they were taken over after they were weakened. When the place, the city, the mighty country that you're in falls and their armament fails and their swords fail, their bombs and their missiles and projectile instruments fail and are defective. But yet they boast of how accurate they are. Yes, some of them. It would be something. A nuclear war ensues, but yet nothing works. That is the Most High. Your judgment has come. Nothing works because your people have been given a heart not to do a good examination of your equipment and your armament and your weaponry. Yes, just want the money. Take the money and run. And this is what's happening today. Take the money and run. Accumulate. Politicians, corporations, accumulate the money of the people and look at them as though you're idle. You're idle. You work your hands to the bone and everything you work for is gone because of the rich who have set themselves legally in a way to take your money. But the fact is this is what's happening to Israel at this time. And the laws are changed and pushed aside. This is what he's saying here. Look at this and look at the failings of each civilization. They have forsaken even their own laws, and yet you in other religions say, oh, you can't even keep your own laws. You can't even stay fast in your own laws. How much more the laws of the Most High? You call good evil, a man walking out of his gender, a woman marrying another woman, you call that good. A child of a certain age that just not even at the flower of age, you go and take your liberties out on them, and some of them even to the point that they're the same gender, and many get away with it. No. Your laws are very, 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 very disgusting, because you have removed those laws which condemn those things. Your laws used to execute the murderer, the effeminate, and the adulterer. The laws used to do this, and now it have come to nothing. Every man for himself, whatever seems right in your eyes, except for when my enforcement get to you, it's what is right in his eyes. And that's where God had put judgment on the individual. Now it comes the whole people. And then those who subdue you, they shall be subdued by another one that shall be raised up to subdue them. It's all one succession. Look at what's going on here. And yet we do not see for looking. And we say, oh, God's word is this. And many say these things and they never have read these things. Never have studied them. Never, only hear bits and pieces and make their opinion and their judgments on the Most High because of what they hear instead of reading it for themselves. No, there's nothing wrong with this word. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just many times we do not understand to be diligent in our studies and asking the Most High to show us the different places where we have erred. The only thing that is wrong today is that we do not keep the laws, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. If we do those things, it doesn't matter about the history, because today we will have entered into eternity with our God through the way we live each day. And with that,